Michael Carrick at Manchester United doing so well, the interim in for the interim, is he going to get a chance to show what he can do in the market? Because you have to think Sir Jim Ratcliffe is more than impressed by what Carrick has done.
He's the next Man United manager, isn't it? Because they've got form for doing this. He'll just do well enough to get the job for next year.
Do you know what? I think you're right. I think if he keeps going this way, how can they not give it to him?
We're going to delay any dancing. I get the feeling Jim White...
For good reason, though. Because
Jim White's just entered the building.
Where do you stand on dancing, Jim?
On dancing, I'm not the best dancer, I have to say, Kate, but I can't be faulted for determination, ambition. I'm a reasonable dancer. I go for it.
Good, that's what we want to hear, because Stig doesn't think you should be allowed to dance after the age of 25.
Why?
Because I think it's a young man and woman's game, dancing.
I think he's wrong.
I think you're wrong.
Yeah, many of our listeners think I'm wrong, actually. On this and on many other things.
As Kate and I are about to prove, I think you've got to go for it. If the moment presents itself, you go for it. I do a kind of backward moonwalk every time I get Kate in this building.
We're not going to make you
Come on, Jim, don't leave me on my own here.
I love that. Yeah, come on. We can do those shapes. Come on, Stig. Look at Kate.
Move your arm, I'm bouncing.
Fabulous. We're bouncing in this studio.
Let's draw an end to this madness. Although, congratulations to Jim for not backing down from this. Kate basically morally blackmailed him into...
No, he said he was with me and,
He gave it some... He gave it
a bit of welly.
Kate. Look at the entire Times Radio office was bouncing out there.
It was
momentarily.
Very momentarily.
That gentleman's hurt himself.
Now listen, Jim, you're here because it's transfer deadline day. You are the legend of transfer deadline day. It's really important because it's the final moment at which Premier League teams can fix themselves before they go into the run-in.
Yes.
And therefore it's a significant day. You've made your name in it because you've always been accurate and excitable on transfer deadline day. Is that a fair summary of your...
Accurate and excitable. Yes, and at 68 years of age I still am.
You are.
Because you have to be honest, Stig, you build yourself up for it. When I was at Sky, and I used to bump into Kate now and again in the lift. I always used to give it plenty because I knew how much it meant to the fans.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a Forest fan, right? There's a lot of anticipation around the day itself, and that still persists even in this time of PSR, profit and sustainability, etc. The
that's the fair play rules, that you can't spend more than you bring.
Correct. That's right. So it's still the same. It's still the same as far as I'm concerned. That it's a big day for the supporters and they want to see how ambitious or otherwise their club is.
So what are you hearing then? What's going to be the biggest deals of the day, do you feel?
I reckon that there'll be a few decent ones. Strand Larsen, the boy who's at Wolves, let's face it, as you know, have had a dismal season and they're looking at the Championship next season. Wolves are going to sell Strand Larsen, their Norwegian striker, for around 48 million quid to Crystal Palace, because Jean-Philippe Mateta looks as if he was going to go to your lot.
And they did, but Crystal Palace won't do business with Forest, presumably because Forest screwed them when it comes to the Europa League.
Look at that. There's inside knowledge, Kate.
I thought you were going to bring up President Xi then.
No.
Crystal Palace is President Xi's favourite football team, apparently.
Is that right?
Well, he also likes Man City and Man United, so I'm not really sure.
All right,
how
he's got
works.
a number of them. Okay,
yeah.
Well, we'll let the president go with that. So he's going to be on the way. Mateta looks as if he's going to go to AC Milan, although for whatever reason that's stuttering along somewhat. And that's what we love. A deal that stutters, because will it or won't it cross the line? And there's been a few of those along the way. Michael Carrick at Manchester United doing so well. The interim in for the interim. Is he going to get a chance to show what he can do in the market? Because you have to think Sir Jim Ratcliffe is more than impressed by what Carrick has done.
He's the next Man United manager, isn't it? Because they've got form for doing this. He'll just do well enough to get the job for next year.
Do you know what? I think you're right. I think if he keeps going this way, how can they not give it to him? He must be the leading contender. I think he's very much in the frame. Yeah,
and maybe if they give him a bit of money now, would that be a hint? Do you think that they trust him?
Yes, it would be. They have spent nothing thus far, and I would think they'll probably do some business for Carrick because let's face it, he is motoring well at this particular time.
Does this ever work, Jim? Because bringing in a player at the end of at this period, there's 15 games to go or something like that. Can it work? Can it change the fortunes of a club if they get it right?
Very much so. I mean, I think if there's a new face, a new body in the building, and that individual is pushing for a place in the first team, it immediately, it brings about a bit more competition for a starting place for the rest of them, or the players at least in that position. And yes, a player comes in after getting a move. Normally, that player has a bit of a spring in his step, and he's there for a reason. He's been doing well.
Yeah.
That's why the buying club has got him in. So yes, I think it can work. Will Arsenal do any business? I would doubt it. They're happy with what they've got, it seems.
It's their league to lose now, isn't it?
It is. Do you think they'll win it?
I really do. I've thought all season they will. Kate's got a downer on Arsenal for no good reason.
I just think they play boring football.
Is that still true?
Kate, but does it matter if you win the Premier League?
Well, it depends what kind of fan you are, Jim. See, I'm a fan that likes excitement.
Yes.
And impulsivity.
Kate's a dancer.
She's a dancer.
Yes.
I'm actually a terrible dancer. My sister banned me from dancing in public, but that's another story.
Can we get your sister in this building instead of you?
I love that.
Stig, Abell.
I don't mean that. Will Forest go down, Jim?
No, I
just
think they're
about
too good to go down.
Does that mean West Ham are going to go
I
down?
do worry about West Ham now. I mean, they go to Chelsea, albeit Chelsea, Stig, they're 2 up.
I know,
now, come on. They had a corner right in the stroke of half time, and I said to myself at that particular moment, they get a third here, it's over. Push for the third. They didn't. They go in at 2-0, and they lose it. I do worry about them. I don't think they're going to survive this time. And of course, the supporters do not like the ownership there. David Sullivan, who I got on fine with, but the fans don't. I think they'll struggle in the longer term this time around.
Well, there's some predictions there from Jim. You're a great man, Jim. Thanks for coming in.
So are you, Stig.
Bless your heart.
Jim, you're a great dancer.
That's Jim White there. He's got his traditional transfer window show on talkSPORT at 6:30, as well as beavering off to do his regular morning programme from 10 on talkSPORT. That's Jim White there.